So today, like as you know, there are a lot of different types of artificial sweeteners, from like Equal to Sweet and Low to Splenda. But today I'm going to focus on Truvia, which is kind of prides itself on being the natural artificial sweetener. So what is it? It's a natural zero-calorie sweetener. It was launched in 2008 by Cargill and Coca-Cola. And I think most of us are familiar with Coca-Cola, but Cargill, if you're not aware, is like a private company and is an international producer and marketer of food, agriculture, financial, and industrial products and services. So Truvia is made from 3 ingredients: erythritol, stevia leaf extract, and natural flavors. So the main aspect that Truvia tries to emphasize is the fact that it comes from the stevia plant, which is, you know, people kind of like really draw themselves towards the natural aspects. Like, it's from a plant, it's got to be good for you, right? So just to give you an idea of like how stevia has become growing more and more popular, is from 2010 to 2011 alone, stevia grew in popularity by 53% as like the artificial sweetener of choice in a lot of different products. And this is just a little quote that they use on our website to kind of like emphasize the natural aspect of it. Oops. I have a commercial of it from YouTube, but I don't know how to do that, so I'm just gonna go by. So what are the claims of Truvia? You know, it seems very like promising. It seems natural, no calories. They claim that it's diabetic friendly, got 0 carbs, doesn't promote tooth decay, and can play a useful role in healthy, balanced diet. It also really emphasizes, like I said, the all-natural aspects. It does have natural flavors as one of its ingredients, but it's not really specified what that means. And then this is just something that I found on their website to really show that like there's only 6 steps from which it goes from harvest to your table. So like, you know, it's not as processed, and they're really trying to emphasize that. So I'm going to go through the ingredients in it, and erythritol is a sugar alcohol. It's found in very small amounts in some fruits like pears, melons, and grapes. And just to give you an idea, sugar alcohols tend to have like gastrointestinal negative effects on your like stomach, kind of similar to laxative effects like diarrhea and gas and stuff. But the reason why like erythritol is like growing in popularity is simply because of the fact that it's a little bit friendlier to your stomach. That's because 90% of it is actually absorbed in your small intestine, so it can't be used for that laxative side effect. It's also a non-caloric sweetener, which clearly, because Truvia doesn't have any calories. It's got 0 net carbs, which means although on the label it does say there are carbohydrates, those carbs can't be absorbed by the body, can't be broken down, mainly because it is a sugar alcohol. Therefore, you can't use it for calories in your body. As a result, there are no blood sugar effects, and therefore safe for diabetics. Truvia also is, well, the erythritol in it is actually used to kind of like give it bulk, essentially. What that means is that because the stevia extract is very, very potent, you only need like a very, very small amount of it. So the erythritol is used to kind of make it a little more consumer friendly. It makes the sweetener a little bit more like distributed evenly, and it also kind of makes it look more like sugar. It gives that crystalline like structure as well. And it also doesn't, like Truvia promotes itself, erythritol doesn't promote tooth decay either, because the acids in your mouth it can't be converted into acid by bacteria in your mouth, so it can't like cause cavities and stuff like that. And just like on another note, the stevia leaf extract itself is less acidic than like sugar solutions, so it doesn't promote doesn't lower your dental plaque pH. And so now like the big player is the stevia plant. That's the scientific name of it. I'm not gonna butcher it by any means, but it's been around for hundreds of years. You know, it's cultivated in different countries in Asia and Europe, and it originated in Paraguay. And you know, it's called the sweet herb because of the fact that it's very potent and like sweet. There are 2 major glycosides in it. And what a glycoside is it's essentially a sugar bound to a non-carbohydrate molecule. It tends to be some kind of organic compound. The 2 main ones are stevioside and rubidioside A. And this is where the stevia plant gets its very potent, like, sweet flavor. It's actually 300 times sweeter than just regular table sugar. So the health pros of stevia. The National Institute of Health actually did a study where they gave both lean and overweight individuals breakfast, but they didn't tell them what was used as their sweetener, whether it was table sugar or if it was stevia. What they found out was that by the later meals, they didn't compensate for the less calories. So even though they consumed less calories by having the stevia as their sweetener, they didn't make up for it. So it kind of just showed that the satiety of it, they were full, and so that really plays with the fact, and it can really help with obesity and the fact that they can really cut down calories. There's also been studies that show that it's got anti-hyperglycemic effects, antioxidant effects, anti-hypertensive effects, and anti-inflammatory effects, and digestive. It's also used as a digestive supplement. I could go into the little nitty-gritty details of it, but I don't think I have time for it. So, but what's really important about the digestive supplement part of it is that the stevia plant itself contains protein, calcium, phosphorus, iron, potassium, and ash of crude fiber. It's also shown that stevia-side can actually prevent the degradation of vitamin C. So there's a lot of positive effects of stevia plants. The last ingredient that's listed is natural flavors. So nowhere on their website do they explain what this necessarily means beyond this quote that they have for it, which says, natural flavors are used to bring out the best of Truvia natural sweetener, like pepper, salt, or any other spice that would be used to enhance the taste of food. So that's kind of all you get from that one. So there have been safety concerns with Truvia/stevia plants. Well, Truvia itself has only been out since 2008, so long-term effects we don't really know. If you continually consume it, if it's a regular part of your diet, we can't really tell at this point how it's going to affect you in the long run. Also, early studies have shown that there's a mutagenic effect, and if this was in mice, and they kind of got DNA mutations, kind of carcinogenic effects, but later studies show that humans don't actually absorb the stevia glycosides like the mice do. So it's been approved and said that it's safe. So there are still uncertainties, a lot of different, it's not worldwide yet, only US, Mexico, Europe, and Venezuela have really approved it. So bottom line, Truvia isn't stevia. So Truvia says that it uses the best tasting parts, which is the ribitoside A, which is the really sweet part of it. So it's not actually the plant, the stevia. A lot of the things that they promote as being healthy and really good for you are directed towards the stevia plant itself as a whole. But because we're not using all the parts of it, you can't really say that it's the same thing. Just for time's sake, just my suggestion, what I got from it is, you can use the stevia plant, but I wouldn't use Truvia. The stevia plant clearly has a lot of positive effects. You can actually buy stevia as a leaf and kind of steep it yourself and extract the sugar in that way, and it's a lot more natural. And you can also buy very concentrated stevia, which also would be better for you, and you don't have the effects of the erythritol, which is in vitamin water, and there actually have been studies to show that people get headaches from it, so there could be that negative side effect.